Hi, my name is Maggie Ramirez, and welcome to the Om Peace Center, where you find, shine, and share the light within. Today, we're going to be talking about the 5 key points in which you could abide by to live a prosperous and happy life. Today's topic is one of the 5 key points, and it also happens to be my motto. And what is my motto? I have the greatest karma in the world, and so do you. So let's start there. Key point number 1. I have the greatest karma in the world. So how can you create the greatest karma for yourself? I'll tell you how. You get to first stop referring to karma as a negative thing. Karma is wonderful. Karma is beautiful. Karma is the best thing in your world. If you see karma in a positive way, your life will change. There is no such thing as, oh, bad karma or bad juju. That's something that's out there and that has been placed as negative for you. No. There is no such thing as bad karma that has been created by something else or someone else that is out there to get you. You create your karma. So in order to have the greatest karma in the world, you get to take control of your karma. You get to, from now on, create your karma. And how do you create your karma? Well, you get to take control of every thought, of every word, and of every action. With every thought, with every word, and every action that you take, you create your karma. So whatever you think, whatever you say, and whatever you do that is in a positive way for yourself and for others, you are creating this karma that's going out to the universe and is coming right back at you. So from now on, you are the creator of your life. You are the creator of your universe. You are the creator of your karma. And because of that, you will have the greatest karma in the world. So whenever something good happens to you, whether it's something minimal to the most grandest and beautiful event that could ever happen to you, always declare that you have the greatest karma in the world. And so it will be. Key point number 2. Everything always happens for your greater good. Always. What do I mean by that? I mean that everything always happens for your greater good. Nothing in your world happens by accident. Everything happens for your best, for the greater you. When you're able to see every situation that happens in your life, it doesn't matter how small or how difficult a despair it may be. When you're able to take the situation and grow from it at that very moment and see how it actually did happen for your greater good, you're able to put aside all of the negative, all of the victim side of the situation, and you're able to see that it is for your good. That nothing in your life happens by accident. You're able to own the situation and say, I am so glad that this happened to me, because without this, I wouldn't be able to grow and to become who I am now. And for that, you get to declare at every moment and own every moment by saying that everything always happens for your greater good. Always. Key point number 3. The grass is never greener on the other side. The grass is never greener on the other side. Never choose to have what your neighbor has, what your sister has, what your brother has, what your friend has, what your enemy has. Never choose to have what others seem to have better than you, because they don't. Unless you are in those shoes, you do not know whether the grass is actually greener. It seems to be greener from this perspective, from this side of the fence, but when you're actually there, when you're actually living it, it doesn't seem as green or pretty or beautiful as it was when you were looking at it from a different perspective. So never choose to want or desire that which is on the other side. Rather, choose to grow your grass as green or even brighter or stronger and healthier than the grass next door. The grass is never greener on the other side. Sometimes you think things are, yet when you get to that situation, when you get to that kind of lifestyle, it's no longer as beautiful as you thought it was. So if you think you want that kind of lifestyle, if you think you want that kind of wife or husband, you know what? Get to grow that within yourself and change your perspective. Because when you turn around and see what you actually have, it is rather beautiful. So always remember that the grass is never greener on the other side. Be grateful for what you have. And if you want it to be greener, water it, care for it, create it for yourself. But don't choose to have what somebody else has. Grow it for yourself. Become it for yourself. And your life will become much greener. Key point number 4. Never have any expectations of anything or anyone. Never. Never have any expectations of anything or anyone. If you are to live a life without expectations, you will begin to understand a life full of happiness. The moment that you stop expecting things from people or a situation, you are happy because you're not expecting anything. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, it's okay. You didn't have an expectation. Your feelings will not be hurt because you didn't have an expectation about it. If it happens, good. If it doesn't, it's okay. The moment that you're able to live your life without having any expectations, you will begin to enjoy the now, this very moment, at all times. Because this moment is perfect. This moment is perfect. Exactly the way it is. So if you're expecting your husband to take out the trash and he didn't, what will happen? Well, frustration, anger, tension in the home. Yet, if you stop expecting your husband to take the trash out, all of that tension, all of that anger is thrown out the window. You will begin to have a peaceful home. I'm not saying not to request things from people. I'm just saying stop having expectations and you will begin to have a happier life. Key point number 5. Say and do the opposite of what you are used to saying and doing. This is a very interesting key point because it is one of the most difficult to actually do. What do I mean by that? When you are used to doing a certain thing, then you are used to receiving the same response or the same result. It is insane to continue to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. And as so, if you want your life to change, if you want your relationships to change, you must do and say the opposite of what you're used to saying. And that is the hardest thing to do. Because sometimes, especially in a relationship, in a romantic relationship, it is very difficult to want to say loving things to your partner when you're very frustrated or in the middle of an argument. But that is when it is best to do so in order to shift the energy within that situation. So in order to change your life around, you get to do the opposite of what you're used to doing. In order to change the communication within yourself and anyone else, you get to start saying the opposite or reacting in the opposite way as you're used to in order to get a different result. I know it might be one of the most difficult things, but believe me, you will get a wonderful result. Once again, this is Maggie Ramirez, and those were my 5 key points in which to abide by to live a prosperous and happy life. Until next time, much peace and richest blessings.